Hi, guys. Welcome back. Today I have Miri, I'm sorry,
It's okay.
Miri Cordano with us. Welcome, Miri.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you
Glad
for
to be
coming on the
here.
show.
Hey, thanks.
Miri is a Sub 2 community member. She's also a Gator, and she is on the Growth Co coaching team with Jesse Stanton. So tell us a little bit about what you do for Growth Co coaching.
So with Growth Co, obviously, I'm not the coach, to make it clear. Jesse is, and he's an amazing coach. By the way, I did take his coaching. It was really good because I wanted to pivot for what I was doing. I really wanted to focus on buy and hold, since I'm not 20 and I kind of want to have more passive. And so I'm pivoting for buy and hold in the real estate side of business. So what I do with Jesse and the team, we kind of a behind the scene team kind of thing. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scene. Talking to potential customers, people that want to come and wants to know what Jesse offer. Sending them a lot of amazing recorded things that Jesse does, which really tons of value. So I do that behind the scene. So
I love when he has those open Zooms where anybody can pop in.
I know he
I think
does.
that's how we connected last time,
I
right?
think so. I think so. He's very impromptu person, and I just love that about him. And he's actually, honestly, a really, really, not because I'm working with him. I've been in this space for the last 6 years, and I had some bad experience with people in
Mm.
general. And he's the most giver person I truly, truly met in working. Sometimes I was like, you just give too much, in my opinion. And I'm a giver. So I have to be like, you have to stop, you give,
Yes.
you
He's
know?
a great guy, and he's a family guy, and he's military, and he's a little rock star.
Yes.
He
Good to-
when this podcast was just a little itty baby just getting off the ground, he came on my podcast.
Oh, I know. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's very much.
I think he's like episode 5 or something like that.
Oh,
Bro, it
wow.
was one of the very first ones. He was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, he's really awesome guy to work with, and big heart and big giver, really. So,
One of the OGs. I'll call them OGs, original gangsters. I think he got back to Pace because I heard Pace say original gangster.
yeah, okay, yes, he is actually. I think I met him from before he went to Gator to Sub Two. So I knew him
Oh,
before Sub Two, and yeah, he was one of the first one that found, I think. And then I finally met him. He created an event in Vegas a couple months ago. So we finally met in person. So it was kind of fun. So
nice. Yes. Oh, that's so awesome.
yeah.
So when did you become a Gator?
Wow, it's coming almost, not quite 2 years, but I think January will be 2 years. That's
Wow.
yeah, but mm, it's been kind of interesting for me with Gator. I started with AMD because I think it was the beginning, so there was a lot of opportunities more in the realm of EMD, and less investment as far as money. I actually wanted to do and use some other resource that we had, like Roth IRA, so we can actually roll it and grow it. But that did not work out, and I kind of like backed away from Gator. I am actually more connecting people. I love people. So people tell me, hey, Miri, so I always try to connect people for bigger, like gap funding. But I think we're going to use our own EMD now with our new strategies. So we can actually kind of use it to make extra money as we purchasing our buy and hold. So yeah, so that's how yeah, it was kind of January, not last January, but one before. So
Okay. Yeah, Michelle Sydney in there. She's like, that's my girl.
okay.
I usually don't get on the Zoom with my phone, but I happened to get on the Zoom the other day with my phone, and didn't realize that I was unmuted and I was trying to
It's funny
tell
when that
somebody, I'm like, Michelle's my girl. And he's like, what'd you say? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not muted.
happens. That's happened. Sometimes I think I'm muted and I'm not, and sometimes I'm talking and I'm totally muted. So,
Right, right.
uh,
So, do you have any other passions or things that you like to concentrate inside Sub 2 besides the Gator and the Growth Co? Like, what's your favorite? Do you do any? You said you're getting like some properties to building up your portfolio and stuff. Like, what kind of properties are you looking for?
so first, before I did some fix and flip, which
Mhm.
actually I do like doing them. I know some people like, it is a lot of work and a lot of moving parts. But since I am in Salt Lake City lately, it's been very hard to find it with enough margin. So I'm kind of taking a back step. I'm not doing them right now, at least not here, unless we are going to have a different opportunity in a different state. So I have a partner that we are doing, that's what Jesse teaches, how to start buying hold and to how to scale it. So we have a whole strategy how to really do it well. So we one of the things that we did, my partner Debbie and I, we hired an ops manager, so she couldn't run all the deals that are coming through. We're focusing on creative. That's how we're going to purchase them. One of the strategy that we are looking into, it's like co-living, like pad split, and possibly some sober living. Actually, I spoke with somebody that does sober living in a very unique way in Colorado, and he gave me some other ideas, which was really phenomenal, that I did not realize that actually it is a thing. So that's what we want, because eventually, what I would like is to do maybe multifamily, so I can concentrate on couple and kind of like be content and do whatever comes along. So because I'm not 20, so I would like to enjoy life and my kids and my grandkids. And
Right, right. I know they grow so fast, don't they?
oh my gosh, I just came back from Florida, and I visit my daughter, my oldest one, in Kentucky with my two grandkids. Haven't seen them for 6 months. Oh my, I could not believe how big they are. I see them, in FaceTime, but oh my gosh, we had so much fun swimming and running around. Oh,
Yeah.
I just, don't want to go home. So,
Right. Oh, why do they all move away? Two of mine live far away.
well, actually, we came from the East Coast originally. So I think my kids never quite, was not quite home for them, except my youngest one, which he's still home. He's 17. So my girls, for them, East Coast more is more home, the east side of the country. So it's not like that's where they. And I think I'm probably going to end up that direction eventually because it's going to be too hard, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Totally get that. For real. Um, what's been your biggest struggle since you entered the real estate investing world?
well, I'm a very transparent person, so I can tell you that I went through some hard time, with partnership that were really bad, and learned quite a bit from them. And the last one that I did a fix a flip. So it was a JV with a local person here in Salt Lake. She did not had the time to run it or anything or find. She was kind of new in Utah. So I said, "Oh, I can do that. I can run it. I can get contractor. I love doing that." And so I was like more sweat equity partner with her, and she got the money. She got it in a great deal. And first of all, I made a mistake because we kind of agreed on what I'm going to get after we sell, and we did not write a contract. When I asked her to write a contract,
Ah,
she did not want to. Long story, the partnership kind of got sour. She's just, what I've learned, that she's just a little bit control freak. She just couldn't let go.
mhm.
Long story, we did finish. We did finish very well, and the house sold in one weekend, $40,000 more than asking price. I mean, it was successful. The partnership was not successful, but she tried not to pay me. So I
At
was,
all.
yeah, at all, zero zippo. So I outsmart her. She thought I was kind of like, okay, she didn't do contract with me. Maybe I can just not pay Miri. So I actually put a lien on the house without she knowing. So when she went to closing, it was a very funny story. She couldn't close. So, but the sad things in the whole story, and I really would love everybody to learn that. Um, she already contemplated even when she pays me because she have to because title was going to pay me because she had to it had to be that way, and she was going to sue me for the money that she paid me, which is what judge in the world gonna actually grant her not paying me on a job and work that she admitted that I did.
Oh,
A long story. It was a small court. We're not talking about millions of dollars here. She was really bad. So I had to learn on the hard way, really.
I'm
Uh,
so sorry you went through that. Was that your first deal?
no, it wasn't my first. This was the
Oh,
last one I did. So it's okay. You learn, you live and learn, and now I wouldn't do even with my best people, and I'm working with the wonderful people right now. Really, very transparent. Everybody wants to grow. Everybody wants to help each other. I want everything in writing, just to protect them and protect me. It's not
mhm.
only for me. It's protect everybody. So it's
Just
very
so nobody has any questions.
exactly. So very clear what we're doing, how we're doing it, and that's it. So, but I don't give up. I keep falling forward.
Right.
And
Learn from your mistakes so you don't have to repeat them.
no, absolutely. And that's exactly what it is. So yeah. So that was challenging. And prior to Gator and Sub 2 community, I was part of a different education. So the community was different. And I'm not part of it because there was a lot of Gators in that community, if you know what I mean. So
Mm,
so I
even gators like to chomp you because not all gators are sub 2 and not all.
no, exactly. So we have to be careful who we're doing.
Yeah, and here's the thing too, just because they're in sub 2 doesn't mean you can trust them.
Listen, we're dealing with human nature. You
Oh,
will get people in every forum. They're not supposed to be there. They're not great people. They don't want for your best interest. They just want to take advantage.
it's like it's so weird too. I mean, it's like this is like there's such a good vibe here
Hmm.
in this community. But yeah, you just can't trust people just because they're in your group.
No, absolutely not. No, I've learned that from the hard way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You're learning that the hard way now, or you have?
No, I mean I learned that you can't really trust people just because they say they're trustworthy. I mean, of course, I mean, I don't I do think that when you can trust people, but I think it still have to everything had to be written, especially when you do business. Business is
Right,
business,
right.
you know. Again, it's not only from your side; it's for the other side. So,
And what's the saying? It's not personal. It's just business.
no, you're right. It's not. It's really not.
Don't take the paperwork personal. It's just
Yep,
business.
exactly.
I
You're
like
right.
that.
I like that too. So.
Uh-huh. Are you wholesaling anything, or is it all just buy and holds?
No, so I actually funny. We started right on fix and flip. I never quite did wholesale until recently. I was part with a group before I started with Jesse with the mentorship and started shifting. I did a cold calling for primary and door knocking here for foreclosure. I absolutely love. They're not all nice to you. They yell at you and they can scream and curse you. But really, I love helping people. I really do. So that niche was really something that I was drawn to. So I did a lot of the cold calling was more in Texas in a group that's kind of feel like something's going on. So I'm waiting to see. I don't think I'm going to continue, but we're supposed to close on a handful of deals. I'm waiting for those because I don't know. Texas have a foreclosure every first Tuesday of the month. So that just happened 2 days ago. It
Mm.
just A lot of things, and because I'm pivoting and I don't want to overwhelm myself, I think I'm not. Yeah, I don't mind wholesaling. If I get deals that make sense, yes, I'll do that. But I don't think that I want to focus on it. I
Gotcha.
want the wholesaler to find me my deals. So,
So I know you're really focused on flips right now, but is like that your favorite exit strategy?
I mean, I haven't done one for over a year now. If I'll find one that's have a good margin, I would love to do, but I don't want it to be my focus either. Um,
Mm.
Again, it takes a lot of time. Of course, the risk is more higher, but if you buy it right and you do it right, I think it can go very well. No, I just really want to focus on buy and hold. Basically, that's what I would like to do, majority. So
Have you done a co-living yet?
no, I haven't. So that's we actually just started pivoting. I'm talking to. Um, we looked at a couple deals that we almost thought one of them was good, but it didn't. Still did not. There was some issue with the house. It was a good creative deal. It was in Jacksonville, but there was a couple other things that did not work out with the deal. So yeah, we'll get it. I'm betting in the next couple weeks, month, we get the first one. I'm very excited. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you need any guide, I know people who
Mhm.
do co-living all the time.
Oh, awesome. I would love to connect.
Guide
I'm
or
all about
resources.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so do you provide any services for hire that might interest our audience or that our audience might benefit from?
Yes, like we were talking before the recording. I, from what I've seen in my life and what I didn't know, when you don't know what you don't know, I
Mhm.
think, and for homeschooling my children, uh, I know that there's a lot of gap in our education and primary in finance. We don't know. I mean, really, we don't, unless we take the initiative to educate ourselves. There's so many, even people, I mean, we just don't know what we don't know. So I found, I've decided to educate myself and actually help my children to start better than
Mm.
I did. So I got certified in life insurance, but I'm doing a very specific one. So besides it's a whole life insurance, which is amazing. I think everybody should have. Even we have term insurance, which is, yes, it's good for certain things, but if it's the only thing you have, you're in trouble. So I love educating young people specifically because young have time. Your compound needs time, and when you start young, you cannot imagine what you can do. So I'm doing that, but with extra strategy they call MPI, which is maximum premium index, which gives people the ability to grow their money faster. And it's like you become your own bank. You put it
Mhm.
uh, in a bucket, sort of like account.
So you put your money in there instead of in a bank.
Oh yeah, I told my kids, forget about the bank. I mean, it's good to have emergency, but that can actually act like emergency too because you have an access to it. So you're
Yeah.
growing it, and what's neat about, and I know some people understand in whole life insurance. For example, if you have 100K in that account,
Mhm.
now if you go to your bank account and you draw 50, what do you have left? 50.
0.
No.
Oh. What do you
Math.
have left? Well, we didn't discuss what the beginning balance was.
We said 100. So 100 and you take
Oh, okay, I missed that, I'm
50.
sorry.
Okay. But with that system, with a whole life cash value account, you can borrow against it, but your account still show your 100. So it's still growing, which
Oh.
is like no, and everybody knows what a compound, yeah, compound is. I mean, like Albert Einstein talked about it. This is the eighth wonder of the world, but we're not practicing because people forgot to teach us and remind us how money works. And I absolutely love that.
I don't
So
think they forgot. I don't think they forgot. I like how my Who says it? Robert Kiyosaki versus
Yeah.
Dad Poor Dad. They don't
Mhm.
teach you about finances in school, and that's on
In purpose.
purpose.
Oh, of course, in purpose, because they don't want us to be smart. They
Yeah, they
don't.
want your money. They
Yeah,
don't
they
want
wanted to make money on your money. When yours makes 0.1, they can go and make 7% on it. So
right.
I'm very passionate about it. So we do a podcast every Monday at 1 Mountain Time.
Oh,
Every Monday.
oh,
Yes.
I wish I knew this. I would have made a banner for
Oh,
it.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I bring as well different, guests. Like I had somebody that does annuity, which is very specific. That's a little bit different than whole life. Some people, when they're older and they have money from what you call not qualified account, like 401k that's sitting there doing nothing, you can actually roll it to annuities. That's amazing. So I bring him. I'm bringing all different people. Like even in real estate, I mean, we love to leverage, right? That's what we learn, how to
Mhm.
leverage, and that's what you do with that account. You leverage the insurance money to grow your money and to borrow against it, and as well to do really whatever you want instead of just money that's just sitting, you know.
Right.
So I love, and okay, that's what kind of skipped my mind. The other thing that as real estate investor that we like is deduction. Sometimes we don't have enough deduction. So we have a lot of great strategy to do an amazing deduction that's very similar to 1031, but 1031 you have to do like it's a real estate and real estate, you just buy something different, but there is other strategy that I had no idea it exists to do if you want to more deduction and sell a different asset and do something else with it and not pay taxes too. So I love that. So just actually learning what the rich people do. That's what you need to learn. That's all you need to do. Just
Right.
okay, right? And just do it.
I love that this is pre-recorded because now we can make sure that when folks see this episode, the link to your podcast will be down in the description
Oh,
box, the show
awesome.
notes.
Yeah, well,
So yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Um,
that's what I offer too, and I'm very passionate about it. Totally passionate.
yes, I love that. So I had someone on recently talking about that same type of thing, but I don't think we got to a part where we were talking about um what you were explaining before the show.
Yeah, the MPI. That's
Right,
a very
right.
specific strategy that actually only MPI itself actually offer it, and you have to be certified through them to actually add that to your IUL whole life insurance.
This sounds better than like Bitcoin to me.
Oh gosh.
I don't
Listen, don't get me wrong. Real estate is awesome. Doing even any kind of investment you want to explore is okay. But as long as you have something that is solid, that you can count on, because that system as well will give you a recurring, lifelong money every month when you decide, okay,
know.
it's 65, I want to get that money every month. And what's beautiful, it's already taxed. Okay, you don't pay tax on it because you put it taxed after tax, and you get it till you die, so you don't have to worry about it. And on top of it, it doesn't show as an income. So you can decide you're getting that money 65, for example, and have your own side hustle and making more money. So that doesn't even shows as an income. Oh,
That's so interesting. Yeah, it doesn't show as an income, so you're not got
so
it.
you can do whatever in your side, maybe because I believe retirement for me is really whatever I want to do. So I just think I still want to work because I think when people stop working, it's like you're really dying. That's my opinion. So if you love what you do,
Right.
you never stop, right?
I said that recently to someone, and yeah.
And so
Like when you stop working, whether it's for yourself or someone else, it's just like you're saying, okay, any day now, I'm ready to just go.
no,
My
yeah,
purpose is served. And I'm like, wrong.
no, absolutely. I mean, I love traveling and I would like to do that, but okay, you can't just travel every day of the year. I mean, you have to do something, right?
Hmm.
Think working in some capacity. I'm not talking you're going to work 80 hours when you're in 70s. In some capacity, you want to keep your mind sharp. I think that's when you stay younger, when you keep going till you go, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to be kicking and screaming when I die. So like,
Right.
no, what I mean, like, yeah, I did it. I
Yes.
did it till God was ready for me, and I'm good. So,
So besides going on your podcast on Mondays,
mhm.
with there, where can folks go to learn more about that? Do you like
Well,
help
if they reach out
people?
to me, what I do traditionally, what we do, people reach out. Sometimes I can send them like a small webinar that's just really explain even more details, just to give if they want something quickly to listen to. And then I always do one-on-one, just educating. I love to learn what people want to be when it when they're ready to kind of like retire. When I mean getting some money passively, and then from there we kind of build it around what they need. It's not, I mean, the product is awesome, but we really want to know where you want to be. Let's say people don't want to change much of their lifestyle because the traditional way of retirement, you can't keep your lifestyle and 4% of what it's impossible.
Right.
So if
Exactly.
you tell me, hey Miri, I want to get around 120, 150 every year, tax free. I said, okay, well, let's look at that. Let's explore how we can do that. So we find out what you have, what you're earning, how we can take right now X amount to make it to be there exactly how you want. So that's what we do.
Ha. So they can all be structured differently to fit the person's needs.
In a way, it is. It's the same strategy, but it's the same what's available for you. Like some people have, I don't know, $100,000 sitting there doing nothing. So that's a lump sum. So okay, so we calculate, okay, if we put that lump sum and you add maybe, I don't know, 500 or whatever it works for the person, then we calculate it. And I said, okay, well, that's what you're gonna get. Do you want more? Do you want less? Let's play with numbers. It's all numbers. Numbers don't lie. So
Right.
that's how it is that it's more catered to a person. Some people don't need that much. It really depends what they want. They really, really what they want. So
Yeah. And then also we have no idea what inflation's going to look like then.
well, exactly. And the thing is with taxes too, people said, most of their retirement are tax defer. And you don't know where you're gonna
Right.
taxes are gonna
Well,
go
that's
down.
a little there. They make it sound like a good thing, but in actuality, you're going to get taxed
It's
at the
actually
current
not.
rate when you take it out. If it gets taxed before it goes in instead, it's going to be a lower rate, right?
No, I think you're absolutely right. They want you actually to have tax defer because it benefits them. So I just did amazing stuff with my daughter. I have a 27 years old daughter that left her job because she was moving to a different. She's moving out of the state for now. So with her job, she was a police officer in
Hmm.
Tacoma, Washington, and she had two different things that they did for them for like, I think I forget what it is. It's like, but it's kind of saving two different, you know, uh, totally different. She had no idea how much she had on it. She said, "You know what, Mom? This is like Christmas money. I didn't. I know. I knew I had something, but I didn't know how much. Let's do something with it." And that's what we're doing. We put. She's gonna be able in the third year to. They're gonna match what she put, and it was quite a nice amount of money, and she doesn't need it right now. and he's going to sit and grow and grow, and then in 3 years they're going to match it, and then she's going to say, okay, I would like to maybe invest it in real estate so we can take against it, and I can help her. We do that, and it's like, it's awesome.
And this is for anybody, right?
Actually, yes. And somebody asks me usually, well, what's the catch? I tell you what's the catch. It's a discipline. Some
Uh,
people need to know that whatever they commit to put out every month or quarterly, they need to be disciplined. And you know what?
you can just take it out just to go for a night on the town.
No, but the thing
I
is
mean, you
that
can, but you would be
Mhm.
cutting off your nose to spite your face, basically.
You're right. And I think it's really a habit. That's why I'm kind of like, even my 17 years old, I said, you get in a habit that you take always at least 10% of what you're making, and take it. Actually, what's the best way to do? For example, let's say that your money comes through a certain bank account. Always take at least 10% out to a different channel. You don't even see it. And then you operate from what you have. And you know what? It doesn't matter. You can make $1 million, 50,000. You're always going to spend what you make. So if you get in a habit to take that 10% out of that operating system that you are
Before it hits
owning,
your hands, right? Yeah.
then you know what? You actually doing. We believe you pay yourself first, and it's not like when you're putting it away, you don't give it to me. You're doing something great for yourself.
It's a set it and forget it.
Yes, and I think it's awesome. It's a habit that we can instill in our children when they're small. I think it's amazing. Honestly, Shana, if somebody told me, honestly, 30 years ago, Miri, and my husband made fairly good money, take just 10% and forget it. Just put it. Gosh, I think I would have been in a different position right now. But I didn't know what I didn't know. Nobody told me. So I'm teaching as many and I can share what I know, and they can do whatever they want with it, right?
Our generation is pretty much, but we can make it better for the ones coming.
No, you're right. And we can still make it better for us, really. I mean,
Assuming you're a Gen Xer.
yeah,
Like,
I know, I
she's
know,
grandkids, so
I know. So, and then you can, when you have that one for you, by the way, you can actually open one for your kids. They don't have to be, they can be like 3 months old. You can just think about it. You just put
oh god.
$100, $100 till the 20 at least, right? And then they can take over and make, okay, now they're making money. They can add every year, you can change the amount. Let me put 200 or then 300. I mean, I can't even tell you what it does to the trajectory, like, oh my gosh, their life going to look so much better, you know? So I'm working on my daughter, to start her, the oldest one that haven't had one yet, and do one for her kids. So I think it's
Aw.
present for grandma to do too. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. So
Okay, so we'll have that link in the description as well to reach out to you about that. How did you meet Jesse? I think that you were starting to tell me before the show.
mhm.
You started real estate like way before all the Gator and the Sub 2 stuff, right?
You're right, because it was something very okay. Okay, now you know. So he bought the same education that I bought originally. It's called Renatus. We bought it, both of us. He was he's still in Alaska. I'm here in Salt Lake. So there was a community group, and he put something, and I responded to it. So he created this group because he was a little bit frustrated.
Facebook group.
No, it wasn't a Facebook group. It was something else. He said, oh, let's just do deals together. He was just starting. He was really brand new. So I was part of that very, very first group. But it kind of, how you start something, you try it, and it just didn't work out. A lot of people kind of didn't do what they're supposed to do, so it fell apart. Next time I saw him again, it was the Elephant Challenge. So he already was in sub two, and Pace did the multifamily Elephant Challenge a couple years back. So
Mhm.
I hopped on it, and I was on his group. So then, since then, I'm actually kind of like being around what he's been doing since then. So we call that group, by the way, Shannon. We read the book. Did you ever read the book Tribe of Millionaire?
No.
Read it. Read it.
What's it
Honestly,
called?
tribe, like tribal,
Tribe.
tribe of millionaire.
TRIBE.
Mhm. And what's I of millionaire. And what I like about the book, it teaches you a concept, but it teaches you in a story. You know, I sat one afternoon on Friday and I did not stop. I listened to it 4 hours. I listened to the whole thing. It's
Oh,
amazing. And I actually listen it at least twice a year. It's phenomenal. So we read that book together and we called our group Tribe of Millionaire. We were about,
oh.
yeah, I remember we were about 30 of us.
But the domain was taken.
I know it was. So I think right now we probably handful of us that work together, kind of do some sort of work together. We about 5 or 6 out of that group, probably 7 of us.
Wow.
Everybody kind of, were doing their own thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's how I met Jesse. Yeah.
Oh, this is how I met Jesse. Ready? When
Okay.
they had, I was looking on I was kind of new in sub two. Um, they had, I went on this, I was always on the Zoom calendar. And I saw on Saturdays, they started having this friends with benefits.
I
And I was
know.
like, oh, that's a
Oh,
networking thing. What a genius title.
I know.
So like I gotta go in here and meet these people. This is like genius.
Yeah.
It was awesome. That's how I met him. And then it was out shortly after that. I was like, hey, why don't you come on my podcast? And
Yeah.
being the sweetheart that he is, he did.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was so cool. Okay. So I have two questions for you that actually before that, let's do this. If anyone would like to reach out to Miri, this is
Mhm.
how you get a hold of her. You like my little, I'm like an over emoji user. I have
Oh,
a problem.
yeah.
There's the Instagram, the camera, and then the Facebook.
Yes, the fate. Oh, right. You know what? I didn't even catch that. So I wonder
Stupid.
why those.
It's the dumb little stuff that really just tickles
And
me.
I'm
I
so
don't know.
slow, let me tell you. Not getting it. I'm
People
so
are probably looking at this like, what the heck is that for?
slow. You're right.
Anyway. So this is how you get a hold of Miri, and the actual links, if you just want to click on them, if you're on your phone or whatever, you just want to click on them, they'll be right in the show notes
Neat.
in
So
the
they're
description.
hyperlinked. I like that.
Yeah. So I have two questions for you that I like to ask all my guests. The first one is, what does success look like for you in business or in your personal life, or maybe even both?
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good question because
Mhm.
success is very different for everybody, right? To
Yeah.
me, success is to be, I'm a mom, and that's what I'm first of all. And I
Mhm.
love being a mother. Love it. I was a stay-home mom most of all the years that my kids were home, and I would not change that for anything. So to me, to have the time to just now that my kids are grown and I can travel with them. I mean, I traveled with them before, but they're like friends to me. I'm still their mom, and they respect me, and we have a really great relationship. I really have an awesome relationship with my kids because that was so important to me. To me,
Mhm.
that's success. That my kids love each
Yes.
other. That I so worked hard to instill that to
Yes.
yes, you can have friends and they can be awesome, but your sibling, they are the most important, so to instill that. And they are very much very connected, my 3 girls and my boy, even though there is a big gap because I homeschooled, the gap kind of closed, and then they literally raised him, because they were
I think I don't think our generation put enough value, and we're turning that around for sure.
no,
But I don't
yes.
think they put enough value on the role of a mom.
Mhm.
Because if you do that right, you've introduced to the world and
Thank
humanity
you.
as a whole
All right.
phenomenal human beings that could, change the world, and the ripple effects are like
Right.
endless.
You're right.
I
I'm
mean,
missing
what you do when you go to your job is one thing that can make an effect, but I feel like, helping to raise and grow and inspire and teach another
absolutely.
human being is just
It really is. You're right. You're
so
absolutely.
important.
So to me, that's success. I raised four children. One is 17, is very independent. I was telling my friend the other day, I raised a very independent kids, and now I'm like kicking myself because they're all
Right, because now you
independent.
raise them too well. Now they're autonomous, and you're like, you're supposed to still need me for something.
Oh, they still do. They're so
That's how
sweet.
I feel.
I know.
Like, I raised them too well. Now they're spreading out over the country, and I'm
I
like,
know.
hello. Remember that one time when I gave birth to you and raised you? Yeah, good times.
I know. And then my middle one just left the country yesterday. So
Oh,
so it's
oh,
it's it's a bittersweet,
it
but
is. It
but
is.
but that's okay. I'm very proud of all of them. They're all very different. They're all doing different things. They're all being who they are, and how God. So this is really my first success. I feel like that's when I'm successful. Everything, the rest, we know the cliche maybe that's told. If you ask somebody that dies on his bad death, what was the most important, their thing and their material, don't really care. Who cares about it? You're not taking anything with you. It's the memories and your children and your friends and your close friends and family. That's the most important. The memories that you created, that's what's the most important. So that's
So
success.
what I'm getting from all that you said is that leaving a lot of good love and making an impact on the people that are in your life.
Hmm. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that. Awesome. Okay, and then the other question is, if you had a piece of profound advice
Hmm.
for any of our listeners in business or in personal life or both that
Hmm.
could possibly even be life changing, what would that piece of profound advice be?
Yeah. Okay. I have quite a bit of advice I could give people, but however, not but however, I'll do one for personal and one for business. The way, and I've learned it again on myself. I'm just what I've learned and what I thought I could have. I wish I knew maybe earlier. So as for all the moms out there, specifically for mom personally, and I tell that to everybody, honestly, everybody, because I'm older than my peers when I do real estate. There is some older people that I work with, but a lot of them are young. And I
Yeah.
tell them, enjoy your children. Don't
Yes.
and live and be present. Be present. Really present. When you're with them, don't be on your phone. Don't just be present because those moments they grow so fast and they will remember when you are present. They really will. They just will. They'll know. All the material you can give them. I don't know if they're going to remember that. They remember when you spend time with them. So that's my very
Yeah.
first advice for people, and really, family is the most important
Cats
because
in the cradle.
yes, because the
They know that song.
yeah, you're right.
Only Gen Xers know that song.
Uh-huh. And for business, fall forward. Don't be afraid. Just try thing. I sometimes I have naysayers in life. They're like, oh, where you want to be? Wow, why are you doing that? Like, I don't listen to that. I don't even care what people think. Well, you earn it with age too. I really don't give a damn. So just don't worry about what people think. Focus on what you want to do, and don't and the other thing is not only fail forward and always learn and grow. It's find something that you really want to do and focus on one thing, because I feel like there is all those shiny objects that really throw people, and then they give up because it's too overwhelming, it's too frustrating. So fail
Mhm.
forward, focus on one thing, and find somebody that you can give something to them, and then they can kind of help you along the way. Give them value and grow with them. That's what I would give as far as business. So
Love it. Great answers. Stellar answers. Thank you.
I think when you almost 60, I think you get some wisdom, I guess.
What? No way.
Yes, I'm
No.
59. Uh-huh.
I thought I was older than you.
No, I'm not. I'm
What?
59. I'm going to be 60. I have a big 60 next year coming.
Oh, we gotta have a big party. Party.
I know, I know. So,
All right. What time does
podcast?
your podcast come on Monday? And what's
It's
the name of that channel?
so let me tell you the channel. I
I'm gonna pop in there
Yeah.
Monday.
Yes, I need to actually let me see here. Let me just put it smaller. So it comes on every Monday on 1 p.m. Mountain Time because I live in Mountain Time.
Mhm.
And let me see if I can just open it for a minute here. Take it. Because when you see, you want my handle? Because I'm so confused with YouTube.
Yeah, so what's your YouTube channel name? You can start the great thing about YouTube is it's owned by Google and there's a search engine so you can just search you. Like
Okay.
is it your
So
name or is it
I
does it
think
have
it's my name. I'm almost sure, but hang on. Let me just open this and then took it to my other. Yeah, here I am back. So I put it on my other here, and my channel. I think it's my name. Yeah, Miri Cordaro.
okay.
So it's like at Miri Cordaro, and there is 2815. I guess that's the number, and
2815.
that's my channel.
All right. Okay. So 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And listen, before I got into sub two and realized there was a whole entire country to the west of me, because I was East Coast as well. So before I realized that, I was so foggy on the time zones because I
I
never really had to know them for
I
anything.
know. Don't
So
you love that now when you like making appointments like in a Canali, it's actually would tell you in your own time zone. Otherwise, I'll be lost.
but here's the thing, I still check to make sure.
Oh, I always do. I
Because and
always
sometimes
do.
you add it to the calendar and the time will change again. You're just like, and then the clocks have changed, but then Arizona stays the same, and then it's
I
like,
know.
you just
No, you're right. And I talk to a lot of people, like I do calls for our leads are coming in for MPI. And the first thing I said to them, what time zone are you at? Because I don't know. So
So, for the listeners, if you would like to pop in on Miri's podcast,
mhm.
Mountain Time is 1 hour ahead of Pacific. It's
Yes.
2 hours behind Eastern. So that should help folks if they're not used to constantly checking time zones.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm still foggy and I've been doing it for a while now.
Oh gosh. It took me a while when you start working with people from all over the country. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like very confusing.
I have a sister in Germany. She lives in Germany and she's like 6
Really?
hours ahead and I'm like, "Wait, what?
Yeah.
You don't know what who you can text when and it's
Yeah.
just
Well, my home, I'm from Israel, by the way. And all my
okay.
family is 9 hours from here. Right.
Right.
So
Wait a
uh,
minute. Isn't my sister further than you?
no, she's no,
Wait
because
a minute.
you have to go through Europe to get to Israel. It's in the Middle East. So
Right. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
it's 7 hours from the East Coast, 9 hours from here.
Yeah. Okay. So your family is 1 hour ahead of her. She's
Yeah,
no, 8 hours.
8 hours. No, Germany, I think it's 2 hours.
Do you see what I mean
I
about the time
I
zones?
know. I know because Europe is not. Europe is fairly close, but I think there is 1 or 2 hours different between European countries and Israel because it sits right on the Mediterranean. So,
This earth turning, oof, just messes us all up.
oh gosh, it really is. So, yeah.
All
So,
right. So I'm going to pop in there on Monday And I
Thank
want to
you.
thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Hang back for a little bit afterwards and we'll have a little chit chat before we
Okay.
part ways.
No problem.
And thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by, guys, and have a great day. Bye. See you next time.